Hey yo everybody, Haku here with my review, doing a double review of One Piece anime episode 784, 785, since I was busy last weekend and couldn't do 784s because it was on Easter. So yeah, we're just going to talk about and review, I guess part by part, my thoughts on both episodes and give scores for both of them in one video. Also, sorry, I don't recall, but I don't think I've ever worn a hat in a video before, but I just got out of the shower, so I was like, it's either hat or hair falling in my face the whole time, and I didn't want to deal with hair falling in my face. Also, no, I am not in the FBI. It's just a cool hat, or I think it's cool. Either way, let's talk about 784, because I loved this episode. 785, I didn't dislike 785. I still like 785, but 784 to me was a lot better. 784, starting off, we have Luffy reeling in the fish. That scene, even though it was recapped from the week before, I thought it was still a really, really funny scene. I still thought it was possibly the funniest scene in the episode, even a second time over. Carrot, though, throughout the episode and in the scenes around this part, I thought that Carrot was just such a goddess. Like, she is quickly becoming one of my favorite characters in the series. She's just funny, cute, she actually does well in a fight, and I don't know, she's a good character. I feel like you, if you're anime-only watchers, you'll see that more throughout the arc, but I really like the character. Also, Chopper going into Sanji's, this was another candidate for a funnier scene when Chopper goes into Sanji's locker and it's just a whole bunch of magazines fall out, and Chopper's like, wow, his locker's full of nudity. Like, I don't know, that and Chopper running around reading the book, yelling and everything, and his reaction to Luffy having eaten the skin and everything. Chopper was killing me this episode. It was a really good episode for Chopper, and I even thought 785 was a good episode for Chopper as well. He did well both episodes. So yeah, the episode for 784, a lot of the scenes were just funny. It was like classic One Piece crew on the ship interacting with one another kind of comedy. It was the kind of stuff that like happened early in One Piece and is really what built a lot of the fan base. It was classic One Piece, and I really liked that. And Pedro was great too. His reactions to the food and everything eating it and everything. I really liked Pedro as well, and I thought it was a pretty good episode for him just being in the background. So, Luffy being down from the count from poison. Now, a lot of people, when this happened in the manga, complained about it. Were like, okay, he survived Magellan's thing, and he was supposed to be resistant to poison after that. But the thing is, this is poison that they said was supposed to kill a giant in an instant. So if that kills a giant in an instant, for him to have survived, I guess maybe hours? We don't really know how long it was, but possibly hours, at least a good few minutes. For him to have survived that long under the poison's effect means he is pretty damn resistant. And everyone eating while they're checking on him was a very funny scene as well. They then are told by Peckham's they're getting close to Whole Cake's territory. Carrot, just the best freaking character. I love all the scenes with her. They see a ship approaching. It's a Germa 66 ship, and it is freaking massive. I didn't really remember from the manga, but I wasn't expecting that kind of scale. That thing was really massive. Also, I like the, what the heck did I write there? Oh, the little scenes they threw in with Chopper. I wanted to bring up how that was like something good that helped throughout the episode, where they had these little scenes with Chopper leaving Luffy and saying, okay, I'm going to go do what I can. Or just the little things they threw in here. Stuff like that, instead of just having one 5-minute scene, another 5-minute scene, another 5-minute scene, another 5-minute scene, end of episode. When shows have a little cut here and there, to just a few seconds even, where in between scenes or during scenes they'll just let something that's going on, they'll focus on that for just a couple seconds, then bring the focus back to something else. That splits it up and lets the scenes breathe a bit. And doing it too much can make it feel rushed and can make it feel disjointed. But doing it the right amount, and I thought they did this episode, really makes the episode feel a lot better and does more letting you see. It makes you feel like, even though you're seeing them for a few seconds, it makes you feel like the characters are getting more attention. So I really liked the stuff they threw in there with Chopper when the Germa ship was coming and stuff. Then we see Yonji. And of course I knew it was happening, but the green color scheme is just really saddening. It looks really, really dumb. Um, it was funny Yonji being so much like Sanji in a way. And then Reiju with the pink color scheme coming in at the end also sucks. I'm just so disappointed because I feel like, not really spoilers since you've seen in the opening and everything, but Sanji's parents, unless they do something weird with his mom, I'm believing they both have just normal blonde hair, so it would make sense if all of Sanji's siblings had blonde hair. They all sort of just have different hairstyles, different looks to them, and that was the differences between them. But I don't know who thought it was a good idea to be like, duh, make them different hair colors, they look like Power Rangers. Like, that is such a... Even if their clothes were different color schemes, that would definitely work, but to have their hair different colors, it's really, really dumb. It is a dumb design choice. It took characters that Reiju, if she was blonde and just looked like a female Sanji, would be awesome. If Yonji just was like a younger sibling, different hairstyle Sanji with all this technology equipment, it would be so much cooler. But to change them and just make them a goofy green and pink, it's such a saddening design choice. So yeah, thoughts on the episode as a whole for 784. The color schemes and the moon boot sound effects sucked. The moon boot sound effects were way, way too loud. Every time they took a step or did anything with the moon boots, I was like, okay, this is a bit deafening. I really didn't like that, but other than that, I'm not even counting that as a huge negative, really, because I loved everything else so much. The animation was great. I thought it was such a funny episode. It was really funny and entertaining, and it was one of those that I feel like I could go back and watch 2 or 3 more times and still find it enjoyable. Also, I loved the scenes, mostly just the small comedy scenes and stuff, that we had with Chopper and Carrot here. The two of them I thought were fun characters to watch. So yeah, and I haven't thought Chopper's gotten enough good attention post-time skip, and I still don't think that, but it was nice seeing some more of Chopper here, instead of just background noise with him. So yeah, either way, for a score for 784, I would give it 9 noisy moon boots out of 10, because even though I had some things I didn't like about it, it was so good I still think it's worth a 9 out of 10. Like I said, if an episode makes me think I could go back and watch it 2 or 3 more times and still find it entertaining, it was a pretty good episode. So yeah, now let's talk about 785. A little less notes, a little less positive, but still pretty positive. I still like the episode. I thought the first part of the episode struggled a lot, but I thought the second part of it was really solid. So yeah, first parts of the episode, starting off from the beginning, the recap was long as fuck. Let's be honest, the recap was really long this week. The moon boot noises was still a problem. Vince Moat color schemes, still a problem, and are going to forever be a problem because they just are really bad. The Germa 66, we find out they're known for their technology and their science. They were former conquerors of the East, or North Blue, almost messed up there. Brooke, like, bending down to be like, can I see your panties? Brooke was killing me this episode. This was a pretty good episode. Like, Chopper had some good comedy moments last episode. Brooke was carrying it a bit this episode, but Chopper was still well done this episode too, so no complaints for him. Also, with her sucking the poison out of Luffy and those things forming on the things on her outfit, I'm starting to think maybe those were actual wings and not actually part of the outfit. I'm thinking maybe that is definitely a butterfly devil fruit. It's something that a lot of people theorized when we first saw her in the manga, but now that we saw it in motion, in animation, it seems even more like that's likely maybe the case. Then the reaction shots to her doing the poison thing weren't very funny. Now, this is the big problem I had with the episode as a whole. We spent minutes of this episode, and this is the one biggest problem with the episode. We probably, if you cut out those parts, it's probably like minutes worth, where it would focus on no dialogue, nothing but a little bit of the soundtrack and the character's face for seconds. And then they do it for another character. Then they do it for another character. Then take commercial break. Then come back and do it for another character. And like, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but it was just so much of the episode was spent just doing face reaction shots, and it was really, really padding. Bad padding. Very bad padding. Now, it was funny finding out to me. I thought not the best thing of the episode, but something that's good for the series. Like it's good when you can call back and make things connect to things that were so long ago, and they did that with finding out the Vinsmokes were the ones that had been sending people after Duvall when he said that the Navy and everybody and the mercenaries and all were after him. So I thought that was really good to show, okay, that connects all the way to back then, connects to now. We have more long drawn out still frame face shots, and it's a very padded out episode towards the middle. Like, everything with the Vinsmokes this episode before they left was really long, padded out, and not that exciting, but everything after the Vinsmokes had left I thought was great. I think at first I was thinking about giving it a pretty bad score because of that stuff, but then everything after the Vinsmokes left was so good that I was like, okay, I can give this a good score because I loved everything after they left. But Brooke was funny there, and once they left, and Brooke was funny while they were leaving, of course, like, I wanted to see her panties, and Nami's like, I'm too tired to even hit you. And we see that Aladdin is reporting about Luffy to Jinbei, which is awesome. We see that officially Jinbei and his crew are here somewhere. And then we get into the good stuff for the episode. We find out that there are 34 islands, each run by its own minister, and they surround Whole Cake, and the country as a whole is known as Tato Land, which I believe it was first translated as Totland, but Tato Land's the official. Either way, Tato Land. Then Carrot, when she jumps up to help with the lookout stuff, I just feel so strongly that that's her role as a new Straw Hat. Now, my theory for a while is that I think that there's something that's going to happen, and not necessarily a sad backstory like we've gotten for a lot of Straw Hats, but it's going to be sad. I feel like Pedro will end up somehow sacrificing himself for the Straw Hats, and if he does that, Carrot will be like, okay, he was such a great lookout, such a great pirate, whatever. I want to become like, I want to be like Pedro and be the lookout and carry on this adventure with the Straw Hats, because we already know that she wants to go on an adventure. That's kind of her dream. And there are some things I won't spoil, but we learn a bit more about her. And she really works. She's marketable and has a good look as a character, and other than being marketable and having a good look in the actual story, she's good combat-wise, and I think we need a good female combat character, because Nami and Robin are pretty good, and they should honestly be written better combat-wise than they are, because they were written pretty well pre-time skip, I thought. I liked a lot of the Nami and Robin fights, even though there weren't all that many. But post-time skip, it seems like Oda's just said, you're not that great at fighting, let's throw you in the background a bit. So I haven't really liked that so much, but I still have high hopes for Nami. I think that this arc still has a long way to go, and I think we could see some good stuff out of Nami. I'm at least hoping for that. I'm hoping for a good Nami fight or something. Because I still like the characters, of course. I just think that it comes across a lot when you say, oh, they haven't got enough time. They're like, oh, why do you not like the characters? It's just like, no, I love the characters. That's why I want them to get proper time and development that the character calls for. But either way, Peckham's covers with the guards, talking to them, saying, nope, no Straw Hats around here. And then, I didn't remember this, so I was laughing a lot. I thought it was really funny when Luffy and Chopper just already dipped out. They're already running into town. So I thought that was funny. I love that scene, and they make it to a town made of chocolate, Chocolate Town presumably, and yeah, that's where we ended off the episode, so I thought that was really good. First part of the episode, a lot of boring padding, but the scenes towards the end really redeemed it a lot, so just in talking about my enjoyment of the episode, I'd give it 7 minutes of staring at one another out of 10. So yeah, for 784, 9 out of 10. For 785, 7 out of 10. They're both pretty good, above average. I thought 784 was a really good episode just for like the normal One Piece brand of comedy, and 785 was just a pretty good episode. Especially the scenes at the end, I think, really brought it back a lot. So yeah, that is it. Hope you enjoyed the video covering these two chapters. Either way, like if you did like it, and comment down there to tell me what you thought of these two episodes, what you thought of my thoughts on them and everything. Subscribe, I suppose, for more One Piece, both anime and manga. I think I don't know about the anime, but I think the manga's going to be taking a week off this week. It should be, at least for Golden Week. Don't know about the anime though, so we'll see what happens there. I'm thinking, depending on how much stuff next weekend is taking the week off, next weekend I might post some special videos. I'd like to post my series review of Urara Meiro Show, getting way off on a tangent here. And also, if I have time, I would do my top Mamusu waifus. If I have time to do those two videos next weekend, depending on how much stuff is taking the week off, I'll do those. But yeah, that's it. Got way off topic there. Follow on Twitter if you want. I'll try to keep you updated there and stuff at the channel. That's it. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.